On July 1, 2025, Ukraine confirmed the devastating loss of an F-16 fighter jet and its pilot, a first for the newly delivered American aircraft. This event marked a significant and somber milestone in Ukraine's ongoing struggle to defend its skies. The F-16, a symbol of Western support and advanced technology, had only recently joined the Ukrainian Air Force, raising hopes for a shift in the balance of air power. The downing of this jet, however, shattered the sense of invincibility that surrounded these modern fighters, and brought home the harsh realities of aerial warfare in a contested environment. The incident sent shockwaves through military circles both in Ukraine and among its allies. It highlighted not only the dangers Ukrainian pilots face every time they take to the skies, but also the formidable Russian air defenses they must overcome. Russian surface-to-air missile systems, long-range radars, and electronic warfare capabilities create a deadly web that even the most advanced jets must navigate. For Ukrainian commanders, each mission is a calculated risk, and the loss of an F-16 underscores just how perilous these operations have become. The arrival of the F-16S was seen as a potential game-changer, a chance for Ukraine to challenge Russian dominance in the air and protect its cities and troops from relentless attacks. Yet this loss is a sobering reminder of the brutal reality in the skies over Eastern Europe. The advanced technology and training behind the F-16S offer no guarantees against the constant threat posed by Russian missiles and interceptors. Every sortie is a test of skill, courage, and luck. For Ukraine, it's not just about losing a high-value jet, but also a highly trained pilot, one of the nation's best. These pilots undergo years of rigorous training, often abroad, and represent a critical investment in Ukraine's future defense. The loss of such a skilled aviator is a blow not only to military capability but also to national morale. The pilot's sacrifice is honored by comrades and civilians alike, serving as a stark reminder of the personal cost of this conflict. Investigators are now working tirelessly to determine the exact cause of the crash. Was the jet downed by a sophisticated missile system, or did it fall victim to a high-stakes dogfight with Russian aircraft? Both sides are quick to use the event to shape their narratives, Ukraine emphasizing the heroism and sacrifice of its pilots, while Russia claims a victory over Western technology. The truth behind the incident will likely influence future tactics and the ongoing information war. The loss is a moment of national grief for Ukraine, uniting communities in mourning and reflection. Vigils are held, flags are lowered, and the nation pauses to honor the fallen. Meanwhile, Russian media seizes on the event as a propaganda victory, showcasing the downed jet as evidence of their military prowess. The psychological impact of such incidents extends far beyond the battlefield, affecting public opinion and the resolve of both nations. This tragedy underscores the high stakes and the human cost of Ukraine's fight for control of its airspace. Every loss is deeply felt not just in military terms, but in the lives forever changed. As the war continues, the downing of the F-16 serves as a powerful reminder of the courage required and the sacrifices made in the pursuit of freedom and sovereignty. The F-16 was flying a dangerous mission near the front lines, where every second in the air could mean the difference between life and death. The landscape below was scarred by months of conflict, with smoke rising from distant artillery strikes and ruined buildings dotting the horizon. The pilot, fully aware of the risks, pressed forward into hostile territory, nerves steeled by rigorous training and a sense of duty. The mission was clear: either hunt down enemy aircraft threatening Ukrainian positions, or strike Russian targets to disrupt their operations. Each maneuver required split-second decisions, as the pilot navigated a sky filled with danger, knowing that a single mistake could be fatal. Every sortie in this contested airspace is a high-stakes gamble. Pilots face overlapping threats from advanced surface-to-air missiles, radar-guided systems, and enemy fighters patrolling the skies. The cockpit is alive with warning alarms and radio chatter, forcing the pilot to remain hyper-focused and constantly adapt to rapidly changing threats. All the while, the pilot must manage complex onboard systems, coordinate with wingmen, and maintain constant communication with ground controllers. Every button pressed and every command given could be the key to survival or disaster. Russia's air defenses have been meticulously positioned to counter Western jets, creating a deadly web of radar and missile coverage. These systems are designed to detect, track, and destroy intruding aircraft, making each mission a true test of skill, nerve, and technological prowess. Preliminary reports indicate the pilot was engaged in intense combat when the jet was hit, possibly by a missile or ground fire. The exact cause remains unclear, and investigators are now piecing together radar data, radio transmissions, and eyewitness accounts to determine what happened in those critical moments. In the aftermath, the Ukrainian Air Force will conduct a thorough review of every aspect of the mission. From tactical planning and intelligence gathering to the execution of maneuvers and the effectiveness of countermeasures, every detail will be scrutinized to learn from the incident. The goal is to adapt quickly, improve tactics, and protect the remaining F-16S. Maintenance crews will inspect every jet for vulnerabilities, while pilots and commanders will refine their strategies to stay one step ahead of enemy defenses. Each loss is a harsh lesson, a sobering reminder of the risks these pilots face. But it is also a chance for the Air Force to evolve, to honor the sacrifice by making future missions safer and more effective. The memory of fallen comrades fuels a relentless drive to improve survivability and mission success. The ultimate goal is clear: to ensure that every future mission is safer for the brave pilots who risk everything in defense of their country. Their courage and determination inspire ongoing innovation and adaptation, as Ukraine's Air Force continues to fight for control of the skies. The fallen pilot was among Ukraine's elite, one of the first trained abroad to master the F-16. These aviators symbolize Ukraine's modernization and resilience, transitioning from Soviet-era jets to cutting-edge Western fighters. Every mission, they knew the risks, flying as high-priority targets for Russian forces eager for a propaganda win. This pilot's sacrifice is a stark reminder of the human cost behind the headlines. He was more than a statistic. He was a son, a friend, a defender of his homeland. His legacy will inspire fellow pilots and the nation, fueling the resolve to continue the fight. Tributes will pour in, honoring his courage and service. His memory will live on as a symbol of Ukraine's unbreakable spirit. The arrival of F-16S in Ukraine was a milestone, representing Western support and a leap in capability over aging Soviet jets. Integrating these fighters required massive training, new infrastructure, and international cooperation. Losing an F-16 so soon is a setback, but not unexpected in high-intensity conflict. The key is learning from each loss, not expecting miracles from any single weapon. F-16S remain vital for intercepting missiles, supporting ground troops, and striking deep behind enemy lines. This incident reinforces the need for ongoing support, robust training, and smarter tactics. The program continues. Adaptation is the path forward. Kyiv responded with dignity, confirming the loss and honoring the pilot as a hero. Details were withheld to protect operational security, while Ukraine's allies reaffirmed their support and commitment. Russian media, meanwhile, celebrated the downing as proof of their military superiority, using it to boost morale and sow doubt among Ukraine's partners. The incident became a tool in the information war, with each side shaping the narrative to their advantage. For Ukraine, it's about honoring sacrifice and learning from loss. For Russia, it's about projecting dominance. The truth is complex: a life lost, a nation in mourning, and a war that rages on. The fallen pilot's story is now part of both history and propaganda. The downing of the F-16 is just one dramatic episode in a relentless and unforgiving air war, where the skies above Ukraine have become some of the most perilous and contested airspace on the planet. Every day, pilots and crews face the constant threat of enemy fire, advanced missiles, and unpredictable dangers lurking above and below the clouds. The wreckage scattered across fields is a stark reminder of the high stakes and the ever-present risk that defines this conflict. Russia wields its air power with devastating effect, launching precision strikes and unleashing waves of missiles designed to cripple Ukraine's defenses and infrastructure. In response, Ukraine has built a web of mobile air defense systems, constantly shifting positions to avoid detection and destruction. Now, with the arrival of the advanced F-16S, Ukraine is taking the fight to the skies, determined to challenge Russian dominance and protect its people from above. But this is a battle of constant adaptation. Every new Ukrainian capability is quickly met with a Russian counter, whether it's deploying more advanced air defense systems, increasing the frequency of fighter patrols, or developing new tactics to outmaneuver their adversaries. The air war is a dynamic chess match, with each side striving to gain the upper hand, knowing that a single mistake can be fatal. For Ukrainian pilots, every mission is a high-stakes game of survival. They must rely on their training, instincts, and the support of their ground crews as they navigate hostile skies, often outnumbered and outgunned. The pressure is immense, and the margin for error is razor-thin. The true measure of the F-16 fleet's effectiveness will not be determined by a single loss or victory, but by its ability to adapt, endure, and continue fighting. Maintenance crews work tirelessly to keep the jets flying, while pilots refine their tactics and learn from every engagement. The F-16s represent not just advanced technology, but a symbol of resilience and hope for Ukraine's future. Success in this deadly game depends on more than just aircraft. It requires the skill and courage of pilots, the sharp eyes of intelligence officers, the power of electronic warfare, and the creativity to develop new tactics on the fly. Every element must work in harmony to survive and prevail. The loss of an F-16 and its crew is a painful, sobering reminder of the cost of this struggle. Yet each sacrifice becomes a lesson, fueling determination, shaping strategy, and strengthening the resolve of those who continue the fight for air superiority over Ukraine. The loss of the F-16 will trigger a rapid review of tactics and deployment. Ukraine may shift to more defensive missions, keeping F-16s under the protection of ground-based air defenses. Deep strikes could be paused until better tactics and technology are in place. The incident highlights the urgent need for advanced electronic warfare systems and longer-range missiles to keep pilots safer. The F-16's success depends on integration with ground forces, drones, and intelligence, not on the jet alone. This tragedy forces a re-evaluation of how to maximize strengths and minimize vulnerabilities. Modern warfare is a cycle of action, analysis, and adaptation. Each loss, though painful, is a step toward a more effective strategy. The future of Ukraine's F-16s will be shaped by the lessons of this loss. Enhancing survivability is the top priority, refining tactics, using terrain, and flying in integrated formations with electronic warfare support. Real-time intelligence will be crucial for planning safe and effective missions. Ukraine and its allies will push for faster delivery of advanced munitions, defensive systems, and decoys. The technological race between Ukrainian and Russian engineers will only intensify. This loss is a catalyst for rapid innovation and adaptation. The Ukrainian Air Force has shown it can evolve under pressure. The goal: keep the remaining F-16s flying and effective in defense of the nation. The downing of the F-16 and the loss of its pilot is a national tragedy and a sobering moment for Ukraine and its allies. It's a reminder of the human cost of war and the limits of technology against a determined adversary, yet Ukraine's spirit remains unbroken. Resilience and resolve define its response. The pilot's sacrifice will inspire continued resistance and adaptation. Control of the skies is central to Ukraine's defense, and every lesson learned shapes the future fight. The struggle for sovereignty continues, bolstered by international support and hard-won experience. The pilot's legacy is one of courage and determination. Ukraine's fight for freedom endures, honoring those who gave everything.